So this talk is going to be about those situations that we all have that in no possible way can it work out. Maybe our soul is willing, but the other soul is not, or vice versa. Without stepping on the rights, on the needs, on the wishes and dreams of another person, we have to come to a point where we release it. This can be really difficult because it can leave us feeling like we are a failure or we are not appreciated because things didn't happen in the way that we wanted it to happen. I feel like right now, as a collective, the lesson that we are learning is how to move on when things cannot be solved, when they cannot be justified, rectified, made even. Life is not perfect. So what do you do in that situation where there is no mutually agreed upon negotiation available? When you can't make it right, do you lose all hope, or do you focus your attention in other directions? It's very much about that. The collective is learning how to move on. How to move on even when you're not getting closure, even when you're not getting the outcome that you had hoped for or wished for. It's a very tough life lesson, very tough. It's very hard to shift your focus when this was all you ever wanted, all you ever dreamed of. But is it really? Or did you convince yourself of that? I'm going to pull some cards for this particular situation. I don't know if it'll do any good, but I just have that feeling that the lesson that the collective is learning right now is how to move on when you still can't, when there's nothing you can do to make the situation right. When you've exhausted all possibilities in your realm and you realize now that it's hopeless, that there's nothing that you can do about it, you have to shift your focus into a direction that's healthy and helpful for you. Very bittersweet lesson that we're going through. Yeah, we got the help and healing card. This is about having faith and trying to heal ourselves. So how do we heal these close one-on-one relationships? It's by healing ourselves. That's how we find the resolve. When we focus on the things that bring us joy, that bring us value, those things that cannot be solved don't hold as much power over us anymore. We're not sitting in a state of contemplation and worry and trying to feel things out and trying to connect in the best way we can to understand the energy and wearing ourselves so thin. It really is about shifting your perspective. I guess the way I would say that is if you can't win, then maybe it's time to play a different game. That's not your game. That's somebody else's game. Yeah. And it's about finding the peace within ourselves on a psychological level. Ending this whole stuck in the past type of energy. Broadening our horizons, reaching for something stronger, more beneficial, that brings more hope and joy into our lives. That's what brings you success. That's what brings you your soul tribe. Instead of staying stuck in the energy of, I have to fix this, it's talking about expanding your horizons, doing the things that you actually love and enjoy, and that attracts your soul tribe, which in turn makes the old situation not hurt so much. Adjustment has to take place. We cannot sit in this energy of wearing ourselves so completely thin, trying to make these old situations justified or workable. They're not workable. All right. So I'm going to see if there's any more cards for this. This is a really quick reading, but I just felt like I didn't know how to word it, but I felt like I needed to talk about this. Yeah, it's talking about taming the beast within our own heads. It's talking about having faith in ourselves, in our resolve, in our abilities. Knowing that what's meant for us will not be taken away. Those things that are being taken away are meant to be taken away. Whether that's temporarily or for more permanent basis. And really taking this time to love ourselves. Because the way that we've been doing, trying to make these old situations work, is literally disintegrating our health. Whether that's mental health, physical health, or both. And I feel like it's both. These people and situations will catch up with you later if they're meant for you. And they won't if they're not. But you can't stay stuck in that energy. You can't, in the process, you've got to find your tribe. Yeah. Stop trying to control these love relationships especially. It's about discovering yourself, what you're capable of. What you can release. There's actually power in release. It's very easy to hold on to something and justify yourself. It's much harder to let go and just go on a venture of self-discovery. For some of you, these are situations where you're wanting to know the truth about something and you're never going to know the truth because it's being controlled. It's being withheld. And that's not going to change. So you're just keeping yourself wrapped up in an endless loop. Yeah. For some of you, you're dealing with people that have had affairs. That's another thing that I'm seeing. And obviously, the truth about that is not something that someone's going to be forthcoming with, because if you're upset, that calls them out, right? So you're going to be left in a case of unrequited love, I would call it that, if you don't push past this old paradigm of making it work. That's what I want to say. We've been taught that all of our lives. No matter what happens, somehow I can always make it work. Right, but is it healthy? Is it beneficial? That's the question you have to ask. What else do I see? I just pulled maybe 2 more cards. And I'm going to tell you the overall feeling. Hold on, here's another card. Okay. So we keep getting looped back into these old situations, trying to make it work. And we're just rehashing the same things over and over and over and over again. But what I was going to say, the center of this reading, as soon as I start to tell the center of the reading, every time another card pops out. So I'm just going to give the card first. I'm just going to say we're all under a lot of illusions right now. But the problem is, the center of the reading that I've been trying to get out here is we're trying too hard to control those people that we love, to make them fit within a certain box. So I guess that's what I'm going to tell you. When it comes to the situations where we feel like there's no resolution, it's because we're trying to control it. We have to learn how to let go of control. All right, guys, please make sure to like, share,